Welcome to my channel, to everyone who's new here and of course to those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. Bitcoin is currently trading at 84,925 US dollar. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for the price development of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. You will also find another video on my channel where I analyze various altcoins daily. That's definitely worth checking out too. And also worth checking out is the crypto exchange mexc. mexc has a similar trading volume to Bitget and Bybit, even a bit more today. But if you look into the fees, then you see 0.01% just on mexc. And in the video description and in the comments, you are going to see a referral link and my code. And with that code, you are going to save another 20% on that low fees. Also, 100 pairs. Zero fees just on mexc, and here you have a huge list of nice coins like Solana, Sui, Cardano, ONDO, HBAR and Render's also on that list. Those are coins which we are talking about daily, so it's definitely worth checking out. So let's get to Bitcoin, and I think the situation of Bitcoin is a bit more clear at the moment for me. Because what I see so far is we have so many bearish patterns which we broke to the downside, the first one. The second one didn't break to the downside yet, but if the second one breaks, that's the blue one, then it's going to activate another chart pattern. This could be just a double top pattern. So, how would I trade it? If the 84,500 US dollar breaks to the downside, then I would say, okay, 83,050 US dollar is going to be interesting if we also break that to the downside. Then I think 81,350 US dollar. Here I would take profits because I think that Bitcoin is at the moment bullish, and that's why I don't think that for now we won't get into the area 70,000. But that's just what I have seen so far on this chart. Yeah, if the chart is going to develop more bearish, then for sure we can still drop into that area. But I don't see it at the moment. I think the 81,350 US dollar are a nice target if the 84,500 US dollar breaks to the downside. And worst case scenario would be, as you can see, 3 targets are heading into the fair value gap right here. So it might be possible that we are just going to see some support, maybe even break that to the downside, but in the end of the day, 78,880 US dollar, that has to hold. That's why I made it red as well, because if that breaks to the downside, then I think the whole structure maybe even is going to get, with a higher chance, bearish into the 70,000 US dollar. So, Ethereum. It looks like to me that that Ethereum is in an ascending triangle. I hope that I spoke it right correctly. Yeah, ascending triangle, yeah, sounds good. In the end of the day, it's a flat resistance, but here an uptrend. And if we don't break to the upside, which would be the 1,695 US dollar, then it's going to break to the downside, because those triangles tend to break to the downside. And if they do, we can take the target here, put it from here to here. I will make it orange, put it to the breakout point, and the target should be the 1,385 US dollar, where we also see support on your left. So if that is going to break to the downside, then I don't think that Ethereum is going to have some gains. Yeah, not for now, in the future. As you can also see, if you compare Bitcoin to Ethereum, then you can see Bitcoin is far more stronger than Ethereum. So Ethereum has a lot of space to the downside and needs the strength to get a nice push. We have also tracked here, double top pattern, broke to the downside here. We got into the target, into that circle, so I can delete that. Yeah, so basically nothing much happened beside I have seen and tracked this ascending triangle. Since we also got here this support, I have just seen it because we got support here, here, and here. So this trend line and this pattern is valid. So I will get surprised if it's going to work. Like I said, they tend to be breaking to the downside, but it is also possible that it breaks to the upside. And if it breaks to the upside, then it would be super bullish for Ethereum. And then I would also say, okay, if the 1,700 US dollar breaks to the upside, which we have said a week ago, then we can be super bullish for Ethereum and can say this was our low. So far we bounced on that green trend line, which I have drew you here, and now we have the ascending triangle. So if that cross doesn't break to the upside, and I'm talking about the cross here at 1,695, as long as we don't break it to the upside, then we still have to think about a new low for Ethereum. So once the 1,606 US dollar breaks to the downside, then I would say, okay, the area between $1,513 to $1,530 is going to get interesting, maybe as a take profit area, but I would keep my trade a bit longer, down to 1,470 US dollar, where we also have support. I think in that area we can take our first profits, and if we also break that to the downside, well, the target then would be the 1,250 US dollar for Ethereum. And then we have to see, are we going to see another bearish pattern where we can put more money into our short trade? Yeah, but so far it's not looking good for Ethereum. It looks better for Bitcoin. But if Ethereum tends to go making a new low, let's assume that Ethereum is going to make a new low, then Bitcoin is not going to get a higher high. Bitcoin is still going down then. Yeah, every coin correlates to each other, but Bitcoin probably won't do a new low. So if we get back to Bitcoin real quick, if Ethereum drops to 1,250 US dollar, with this current stage, I would say Bitcoin might drop maybe down here, or even maybe getting support here. Yeah, worst case scenario. But if Bitcoin really breaks to 70,000 US dollar, then I think Ethereum won't go to 1,250 US dollar. I think 1,000 US dollar is more realistic for Ethereum then. So I hope I gave you some valuable information today. See you in the altcoin update, because I'm going to upload it, I think, in 45 minutes. That's realistic. And if not, then see you tomorrow in the next Bitcoin and Ethereum update. See you.